right in. The first one is a kitchen scale, and I love a kitchen scale, especially if you're watching your weight or maybe just going on a wellness journey. This is a digital scale that you can use for just personal or commercial uses. It's great for homes, it's great for your kitchen, it's great for your office as well. It has a beautiful LCD display so you can put your items on there and see exactly what the weight is. It gives you in ounces, so if you're doing milk and water, you can do just that. Florid ounces as well. So you can do all the different measurements right here on the actual scale. I had a relative who was on a wellness journey, and she took her scale with her because it's small, it's portable, and she was able to weigh whatever she needed to before we ate. So for instance, if she was doing rice, she would do a little bit of rice on here and weigh to make sure that it fit into the appropriate measures for her dietary needs. But I think this is really great if you're just going to be cooking in the kitchen and you want to use one set thing that is super easy to use. This scale is it. All right, let's move on to other trending beauty items. I love having a nice delicious chicken salad, a chicken noodle soup, throwing some vegetables on there. Oh, that is my jam. Cooking chicken breast can be traditionally hard, but shredding chicken breast, forget about it. Well, we have now a solution. This is the upgraded chicken shredder. This is what it looks like. So throw away that old chicken shredder that you may have. You don't have to worry about it sliding off your desk because it has those suctions on there, so it's gonna stay still as you're using it. Immediately when I put it on my desk and I put it right here, I see that it's gonna hold firm. But this is super easy because it has that transparent lid, and then you've got the polka dots, and you can just shred your meat within a matter of seconds, right? It has the plastic that's gonna cover the entire area, so you're not gonna get that splashes of chicken all over the place. Definitely use it on your chicken, but if you're doing any sort of tender beef as well, I'd throw it in here and shred that as well. So great if you're gonna be making all those casseroles, those meat pies, if you want your meat to just be shredded on top of your salad, this is absolutely fantastic. This is what it looks like, and I love the ergonomic handle. I love the anti-slip base. Just love how easy it is for you to use. Okay, let's move on to another product. These we're talking about kitchen bestsellers, and this one we've talked about a couple of times on Amazon Live. When people ask me, you know, Mako, I need to get something in my house. What is the one product that you recommend? I usually go back and forth between this product here and I really love this product. So one of the reasons I love using this is a vegetable chopper is that it takes all that work that you do for prepping your ingredients. If you're cooking something in the kitchen, it takes that and it makes it super easy and it streamlines the entire process. So whether we're chopping up our onions, which can get so smelly, so hard to get rid of on our hands, right? Or we're maybe doing potatoes and they're thinly sliced, or we're doing carrots, the vegetable choppers are absolutely great. So this is a 4-in-1. Comes with a bunch of different attachments so you can change the shapes of the vegetables that you're gonna be cutting. Right now, I have some sliced potatoes. They're like, I want to dice my potatoes. I love, especially for breakfast, cutting up my potatoes and then putting them on the stove with a little bit of onion, a little bit of carrot, a little bit of tomato. My stomach is actually growling talking about this kitchen stuff. So if you hear it, just know that I am ready to eat. So what I'm gonna do is slice down. I'm just gonna press down. Let me know in the chat if you can see that. I'm just gonna press down so you see exactly what that looks like. Bam! Nice and done. Look at that. I love that it cuts your potatoes into that beautiful, gorgeous shape, especially if you're doing certain recipes. You wanna make sure that the shape is uniform. This is gonna give you that uniformity. And if you've got little ones at home too, this is such a fun activity to get them involved in the kitchen. All those little sous chefs that are out there, this is it. 4-in-1 veggie chopper, such a time saver. Okay, speaking of time saver, I like to meal prep. And one of the reasons I really love meal prepping is that I can store my products. But I love waking up in the morning and having a nice cup of coffee, and I really love my Keurig K Mini Single. This is right here, right now in the carousel. Super easy for you to use. All you have to do is just make your coffee, put the Keurig, the pod in there, and then close it, and instantly you will have your coffee in just a matter of minutes. So click on that link in the carousel. It's right there. All right, let's move on to the next product right now, and that would be a crock pot. I love the idea of a crock pot because I love doing and prepping my ingredients. You saw how I had my vegetable chopper in the morning, throwing it into the crock pot, letting it simmer and stew, and then at the end of the day, when I come home, my soup is ready, my casserole is ready, my beef brisket is ready. I I just love the size of this. Okay, so I love how easy it is to use. I love that it just streamlines the process of figuring out what's for dinner. But look at how large this is. If you're hosting people for the big game, I know I'm thinking ahead, for the holidays, and you want to make something that is large, and you want to put in like a huge piece of meat in here and throw in all your vegetables, this is absolutely fantastic. Controls are right there on the front, so you can press exactly what it is depending on what you're cooking in the kitchen. Let's see what it says. You can do low, you can do high, you can do warm it up, or you can increase the time. There's something about cooking everything in a crock pot and the way that it simmers together. Like for instance, I love doing a beef chili. There's something about cooking it real slow, taking your time, having those aromas just permeate throughout the entire pot, and coming home at the end of the day and having dinner ready and ready for a couple of days. Oh, that is my jam. So I really like this. This is a crock pot. This is a 8-quart capacity, programmable, super easy for you to use. All the different ingredients that you can make. It can serve up to 10 people. If you're going to be hosting, it has the digital timer right here, and it can keep your food automatically warm when it is done. So definitely check this out. I love my crock pot. Now it is large. We keep ours in our pantry because it does take up a lot of space. So it's not something that I would have out in the countertop, but definitely a must-have for the hostess with the mostest. Okay, let's move on to our next product right here. This is the 24-piece glass food storage containers. These right here are a bestseller. Why? Well, couple of reasons. If you're doing meal prepping, then you can store your items in there in the refrigerator, in the pantry, and make it super easy for you to use. If you're going to be taking your lunch or your breakfast with you on the go, this makes it super easy for you to take it with you on the go. But look at this. This is also waterproof. So imagine you're putting your soups in here, you're putting whatever ingredients that may have a little bit of water in them or a lot of water. It's not going to leak all over the place. I'm obsessed with that. But I also like that I can see exactly what's in there. So there's some times where I look at my pantry and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have XYZ product, and I run to the store to get it. If you put it in a clear storage container, you can constantly see what's there all the time. I like that it doesn't have any air coming out of it as well, right? So then it's going to keep it fresher. So if I do need to reach for my popcorn, I can do just that. But it's also stackable too. So let me show you these. You can stack them up together in the fridge. They'll stack neatly together. They're 24 pieces, and it comes with the lids, so you can take it with you maybe over to a neighbor's house if you're doing a potluck. Ah, love that. Or if you're maybe packing lunch for the office, and then you can just close it right back up. All the different sizes, all the different shapes, just really giving you all that ease of use. And here's my favorite part. You can put it in the oven, you can put it in the freezer, and it's also dishwasher safe. I don't know about y'all, but my lids and my containers don't always like stack up, right? They're not always like the right lid for the right top. Every now and then, I just got to start over. So I see why this is a bestseller. If your lids are just all sort of mismatched, and maybe you just want to get something that looks a little more sleeker, a little more stylish, a little more Pinterest goals, then this is the item that you absolutely need. 24 pieces that are oven, freezer, and dishwasher safe. And by the way, this has 15,000 ratings, right? This is Amazon's choice as well for all the different items that you can use. Okay, so let's move on to another kitchen bestseller. So I'm on this mission to romanticize my life, right? And the little things that I use every day, it could be olive oil, but how do I make it just more aesthetically pleasing? How do I make it more beautiful? How do I just amp up the aura points in my life? Well, the easy way to do that is using an olive oil dispenser. This is what it looks like. Isn't this so cute? I think about like little gifts for the upcoming holidays, and I see why this is a trending item, why this is a bestseller. This is adorable. So you use this obviously to cook, and you spray, right, your potatoes. I have some potatoes here. You may spray your meat, or if you're starting to fry something, maybe you've diced up with the vegetable choppers some onions and you want to fry them up, then you can do just that. But I like that it's a spray, because then I'm not dousing, I'm not putting a ton of oil in my food. I'm just putting just the right amount. Oh, look at that. Whether I'm doing a little, I could just spritz it like that, or I can really just go in and just spray it. Let me tilt it over to the side so you can see what it looks like. I can really just spray it to make sure that it's hitting my vegetables, my meat, whatever it is I'm cooking the right way. You can put this out on the dinner table. Sometimes when you're doing a little bit of salad, you can definitely do olive oil, but think about maybe adding a little bit of balsamic, putting a little bit of peppers in there, and then spraying your salad. I mean, I love this. A time saver, aesthetically pleasing. This is a win.